and I young room near for exclusive latest I war at the bro. You better on TikTok no Sports Link Ghana on YouTube no and also Sports Link Ghana. Yanko for latest and at the mall.
Well, Zania Obi Confedia may also need Black Stars.
Yeah, why not?
Because go to share over Ghana. Because then I'm some the players kaka Partey, you know, Eddie, Money, Partey.
I say Eddie, do new player.
There be say Eddie ano or it's never been an agenda.
Yeah,
Eddie alright in fact.
Listen, me person make be but say if you say there or no one I'm say this was side opinion on yakula bi. I'm sure Sani Papa will help him make a decision, but if he needs to come at some point, Robert, maybe not yet.
Me not sure see be young.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, mo. Last year, the ending challenge. But okay, Partey, Thomas Partey. They say, "Man, say, baby, so one house, and be Jan Kwai because of injuries, no." Who is a very good decision for Arsenal?
So Arsenal went all out. Some go for Declan Rice for about over 100 million, and they didn't buy. Knowing by means that's a position that's almost fairly. And I think the next position is Arsenal fairly will be a striker, to try and bring in someone who with minimum 30 goals or 25 goals at least a season. Regarding Partey, minim what Arsenal have said, but to see Arsenal can say yempene and I'm devalue no. It is to be a fan of fanful. It's Arsenal to be play the game like we're still winning, but deep down I don't think so. With the injury situations that happen, especially this year, and I really feel last year, Senka Partey fit throughout and Arsenal League. No, personally I really feel so. But I mean, Declan Rice about League happening really well. I mean, people expect Senka be on me in the boom at some point. Next season, I really feel to be on Memanako to try and get a bit of money. Normally, other players have been, but I mean, for Ghana and they won't say boy until we hope so. Become another top club.
Another top club. Yeah, your players are more. I mean, shall we say Naki? They could do against Barcelona. He scores by assist. He's always scoring. Oba. Well,
let me say this on. We need to understand, sir. We need to create a better environment for our national teams. Trust me, they know. And no one can tell me, sir, or Kurt can never tell me, sir, he doesn't know this. Okay. No one. Not even all the coaches say, Don't doesn't know, sir. We need to create a better environment. Okay. So now, maybe training sessions, I'm maybe about 40 footballs in training sessions. I'm used to having all the, the mannequins and, easy for me to use. So now, say players and so Bahanoma. Maybe I'm gonna cry most of the time, and I'll tell you this. Minimum crow. Anytime maybe I'm gonna be okay. But I didn't think I was a banner. So I'm saying, say players need from clubs not so mobile. They're used to a certain lifestyle and that's a certain environment that's created for them. I'm not saying teams in Ghana and also create this environment, no. But the least we can do for our national teams is create better environments. Creating a better environment and saying, how do we relate? And it comes back to say, how do we relate to players now from Ufrabuchebano? Anyone more from Africa? So now, Pram to see us here, the man, I don't know, team be more Premier League, and say, Amunko Yusua, easy players now used to that environment. Yeah. But now, if you have a plan, and I say, if you have this plan now, say, the players, and that's a majority of our players now, and I say the core of our players now coming from Europe. And you need to create an European environment for them to come in and strive in it. To see as my background and as a car, I'm struggling straight away.
Yeah.
But we bet Matanaka Munswa, if you grow me window, no, what can our crowd? It's in the fault, say, me here easy, but it's because of the environment. So I'm saying, even for the short term, no, meaning Ghana nutritionist, you're more nutritionist, meaning no, nutritionist.
Nutritionist, for the Black Stars.
Yes,
there's a nutritionist.
Or more do in regards to chef, no, or more do
that I think they are.
Yeah. Anna, psychologically, no, we're saying you need psychologists back or crana. Or national team. Once psychology, so it's a department. Psychology, I can say, is a department. Yeah. And most of the time, psychology do happen even before they come into camp, even before.
Okay.
And not just one psychologist talking to 23 or 27 players. So it has to be in the department. Sometimes, for me to be able to get into Obi Ajunomono, I would have to come through the wife, and as I would have to come through, I can come for him to do it. It made me sure there's so many players I'm training on. Sometimes I can't help them anymore. I tell their agents, listen, I've done everything possible. and the guy is not improving. I mean, Besima you know, going forward, not still not improving.
Still another player in Yadi.
So I'm saying, sir, psychologically, no, sir, your department, which is about 5 or 6 psychologists, or maybe even 4, even 3, working in the same department, making sure you share information regarding the player. So I mean to get it into OB head that possible say be a Max has a way to get into his head. I may have to stay back. And that's the OB I take you over Saturday. It's in before crossing the Omeba camp no. Now cycling your cycle up for them to understand certain situations before say Omeba. Automatic. But say because you need psychologist craft for even our blasters it becomes a problem. But that psychology department now should be working through the under 17s all the way up. It is Yenibia, you know, it baffles me.
Well, talk about Ghana. I am sure you were very disappointed. AFCON, Ghana. I mean, how you see setting up, how you see attacking, your build-ups, your substitutions. How did you see your team generally? Oh, AFCON.
Ghana, especially Chris Hutton, we all wanted him to come because we thought, sir, with an experience as you know, as good as he is, you know, a bebwa in nation. No. But I've always thought, sir, you choose coaches out of no reason, and I see you choose coaches not understanding exactly what we need as a team. I mean, Chris Hutton, a top coach, we all know that. But I've always said, sir, PFM, no, by all means, they had other people they spoke to, but and there was a project, and I always talk about having a plan and a project. There's 2 options for Ghana, I would say. What do we need to, by all means, when they AFCON? Yes, okay. But now, you hear players say, what's the averagely, no, or more ages, saying. And our players are fully fit to play for the national team. No, you beat him the AFCON na. So now, say then you start to think, say, okay, Coach Ben, they beat me fit into your way of how we want to play. So now, say about agro football, yeah, agro football to win the AFCON na. And now say, okay, a tactician, I will beat me use the best players you have to win you a cap. So there's 2 options here. Minim say to myself. Into say no. Minim say Obine Max beat me up and that's Ghana even your last list of players you go ball AFCON now you keep us 3 no more ages you say
the keepers 3 no
say
average of
25
yeah
okay into no why na any power mo why so ni so manaf ni once one day be cry
there be on one day
okay other team mates is here
Manaf should be in Belgium.
Wallacott, 27.
Okay, so let's say Wallacott because on Eda, most of the time. Let's just say it's on Eda.
And Richard Ofori.
Richard Ofori, Eddie Best and Patrick.
Oh, Richard Ofori, should be 30 or 27 there.
Okay, as a keeper, 30.
Yeah, 30.
Fine.
Yeah.
So as a keeper, okay, let's say Wallacott, Richard Ofori, no be average, no maybe keepers. So now, see, share your right back position. So one of your first choice as we speak, Tariq Lamptey.
Yeah.
And then another one.
Odoye.
So now let's say Odoye over 13.
Odoye 33.
Yeah.
So now your list and you Odoye from. Well, let's just say you call left back and so Gideon Mensah now.
Baba Rahman.
Let's say Baba Rahman so you say Alidu.
Yeah.
Okay. Into Mummy so roughly no. So all I'm saying is say you 30 players, 27 players near them core yeah. By all means, the next coach will be on the 12, 13, or even 15 by Juma.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, your 15 core players now, what are their strengths and weaknesses? So now, whereas our 15 core players now, we know that by all means, coach Biabano be used to Motia. What are their preferences as well? Sometimes you can even speak to the players and say, okay, who would you say be a 2 or 3 coaches are? Yes, almost be a person or mobile national team. What do you guys think? And I would say, asking them doesn't necessarily mean say no now be kakofo. But you like to get ideas to understand. So, okay, so coach we ba player we say. And if that's the case, there it be a young we with this rationale behind what we're doing. So it is our 15 players, and so averagely you hear more age say be 25 and I say 26. We know say for the next 5 years or 6 years, no remember my national team.
Okay.
So now you better AFCON in the next 2 years again.
Next year,
okay. Near World Cup in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Okay. If we know there's 15 players in there by all means, AFCON him, the World Cup.
Yeah.
So what do we now do to make sure we get the best out of 15 players? No? And there's other players in why I'm from what now among who say SBNK from. It in 15 no one man as 23 players and as be 25 players. Your next 10 players, basically. And I obey San way before cross over coach. No, it is our 10 number Babishim. No, me free under 20 mun ababana. Our most be creative powerful is a moment. It's your under 20 now, your best players in under 20 why.
Okay.
So for instance, see your under 20 na say the best player here, Kudus. No, your best player you can say about number 10, and that's about 7 or 11, which is where Kudus is about. Now, no, the powerful winning may have to be stopped a bit because of Kudus. But in as much as say Befana can no I understudy Kudus no, and we need to also make sure say Kudus by all means will start every game for us. Until he had never called now was 30 understudy Kudus and Sana be a World Cup in the bedroom to be quite on the World Cup in the bedroom. They said Kudus this time over no prayer. Not yet chance on the bed in the bed. Because I knew might be so hard.
Yeah.
Now contributes me a bishop. So all I'm saying is I don't really want to say young coach win and run. I say coach win and run. But see take the PCA in a short term and maybe the medium term now. I really feel say boy to appoint a coach rather than say, oh yes, we now in young fan because I mean Chris Hutton I mean say not necessarily having all that experience in the world, you know, and it beats my bare national team of Ghana.